I know that you're struggling to improve your speaking skill, but this video might be a guide for you to understand that talking to a native speaker may not be the best way for you to practice your English speaking. This is actually what happened when I was first learning English and I was really excited to speak English. When I was in front of a native speaker, I couldn't talk that much. I was afraid of making mistakes, and I thought that the native speakers would spot every mistake that I made. You usually realize that you made a mistake after a few seconds of saying the mistake. I was like that. I don't know about you, but I was like that. When I made a mistake while speaking, a few seconds later, I was like, oh my God, I forgot the S. It was plural. Yes, it happened to me a lot when I was talking to a native speaker, and I was really ashamed of that. But the truth is, native speakers do not really care about your mistakes, your grammatical mistakes, because they themselves don't follow grammatical rules as much as you think they do. Back then, I was really afraid of making mistakes in front of a native speakers, but you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be afraid of making mistakes because you need to make lots of mistakes. You need to make tons of mistakes before you really get fluent in a language you're learning. It's a natural process. It's a normal process. But let me tell you a secret. I knew this, that I don't need to be 100% correct while speaking when I was speaking to a native speaker. But it was a psychological trick. I couldn't trick my brain because my brain was afraid of making mistakes. My brain was afraid of looking weird in front of someone else. So, yes, when you have a mindset, it's hard to change it. I know that. Talking to native speakers really didn't work for me because I couldn't, convince my brain that it's okay to make mistakes. And I think that maybe you are like me. So what worked out best for me was finding friends who were learning English as well. And I spoke to them. I found myself motivated to speak English when I was around my friends, when I was around other learners, because I knew that they are making mistakes like me. And I wasn't afraid of making mistakes in front of them. Maybe you say that, okay, so they made a mistake and you couldn't learn anything from them. Actually, I learned a lot from them. Because whenever you speak to someone and you can understand that person is making a mistake, is making, a grammatical mistake, this is a really good practice for you, for your brain, to not to repeat that mistake in your own speech. To improve your speaking skill, is really important that you do it on a regular basis. It doesn't matter if you speak to a native speaker, if you speak to a friend, if you speak to mirror, if you speak to yourself, that's fine as long as you feel free, you feel comfortable in the situation you're speaking in. Find people that make you motivated to speak English and you feel comfortable speaking around them. So if you're not afraid of making mistakes in front of a native speaker, congrats. That's great news. You can practice your speaking with a native speaker. But if you're afraid of making mistakes in front of a native, I suggest you to watch this video to know how to practice English alone at home and to find other English learners. So that was it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please push the button and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like and share this video. Bye bye for now.